and welcome to the Marty and Tavi show. We have a loaded show tonight if we can get it going. We were experiencing some technical difficulties. Marty, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, good. Yeah, we're going to have a loaded show. Marty's here tonight, guys. As you can see, the title of the show is the Black on Black slap everyone's been talking about for the last week, where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. But before we get off into the healthy discussion that I know we're going to have tonight, and Marty falls off again. Anyway, hopefully she can join us. There is a couple of things that we were going to show before we go into the discussion, and I'll go ahead and continue that on right now until she joins us again. All right, she's back.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, she's back. I don't see her, but I hear her. So we'll go ahead. This is a podcast. As long as her voice is there, eventually, I guess her face will come in. The first thing that I wanted to do was actually show the slap. You know, some of our viewers may have never seen it, even though everybody's been talking about it. So I'm going to spend just a minute and a half to play the actual slap of it happening right at the Oscars. And then we'll go from there. So let me find. Okay, here it is. All right, so just give me a moment to share my screen. All right. And okay.
Tonight, Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Okay, so that. Okay, so that was the actual slap. Happened on live television. He slapped him and he went right back to his seat. There is all type of mixed conversations going on around this. But before we start talking about others' conversations, I want to be able to first share Will Smith's statement that he issued right after that. All right, so all right, we got Morty back in. All right, so the beginning of the statement says, and I'm going to remove our show. All right, and so he starts off by saying, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. He continues to say, jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. He then says, I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed. My actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. And lastly, he said there is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. All right. But before we even get into that, there's one more video, and then I know Marty is going to dive into what she needs to dive into after this video. There was a video back in 2018 with Chris, Ricky Gervais, and Louis C.K. talking using the hard R-N word with Jerry Seinfeld refusing to use the word with them. So let's take a look at that video, and then we're going to dive right into the conversation after that, I promise you. So one moment, let me pull that up, share my screen. All right.
their kids are rich.
Yeah.
But when a black guy gets rich, it's countdown to when he's poor again.
He's the blackest white guy I fucking know. And then all the negative things we think about black people, this fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger.
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever.
Amazing.
I don't think he could do that.
Oh,
What?
I don't think he has those
There's only
qualities.
two.
I mean,
That I'm
no,
not-
you don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him. Like I've worked with him.
No, like your bit
No,
about.
I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We
use
say
that
nigger on stage.
on stage.
You guys don't. That's a,
Yeah,
That's an
that's the
interesting two
difference.
teams
That's the
here.
difference between.
I'm uncomfortable
right.
watching
That's
this.
right. We
We
say
can pair
nigger on
up in
stage. You
different
guys
ways,
don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
You and me say
no,
nigger
no,
in
no,
private.
no.
These two guys don't. I don't believe he says it in private.
I've
much.
given it up just because it's played.
I don't believe it's.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever said it probably in your life.
No,
I don't
never.
think, no. Yeah, that's it. That's the huge difference between you and me. I think.
Well,
That's what I've said
you
it.
found the humor of it.
Yeah.
I haven't found it.
Right.
Nor do I seek it.
I mean,
So-
All right, Jerry.
Find a way. Find a way.
Can I squeeze?
You know what
comedy
though,
out of
Jerry?
nigger?
All of a sudden having a great nigger bit would be pretty amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
It would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be
I know
amazing.
because he retired it.
Yeah.
He retired it.
No, he
in
did.
'96.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Anytime you come even close to cursing, people, oh shit.
All right, so there you go. You heard that. Marty did join us. So since she kicked off again, I'm going to stop this. And there's one more video. Hopefully she'll be back in after this video. But this is the video that actually, I feel, in my personal opinion, Chris actually, I think this was something brewing already. And so we're going to take a look at that video real quick. Marty did join us again. Okay. Matter of fact, Marty, are you there?
Yes, I apologize. I keep obviously fading in and out. I don't know if it's the internet services or whatever. So
It's okay. You're here now. What I was going to do to buy time was actually play that last video from the 2016 Oscars that Chris made the joke about Jada then that may have left things extra sensitive. But if you want to go ahead and talk about what we've already discussed, that's fine as well.
well, Black people and this conversation over this incident kind of bothersome. The two powerful words, trauma and violence. And
Mhm.
when you
I'm listening.
it's trauma and violence. And Black America is acting like our inner cities is not trauma fear and legislated violence. I'm lost. What in the hell am I missing? Y'all really talking about this man slapping this man as though how we are treated in the most richest country in the world, obviously. And y'all just silent on that violence and that trauma? Like our kids don't see this every day?
Well, we'll jump to whatever the TV tells us to react to. That's what we do. And that's what's happening. They're numb to the violence amongst the young Black males.
Obviously, as well as the trauma that they are legislated as well. I mean, it seems the world is. It's like you're really talking about this man hitting this man, and somehow the word violence is coming up.
And traumatizing. Some people were said they were traumatized by this slap that this millionaire slapped this other millionaire.
Yes, white people came out. They finally have come out, and they got their 2 cents in this. And I've been hearing that from them. Wanda Sykes, traumatized. So the strange fruit that old girl sung about, what's her name?
I don't know the name. I know who you're talking about though.
Is that Nina Simone?
I
No.
don't think so.
Nah, it wasn't Nina Simone.
But I know what you're talking about. Strange Fruit. Continue.
Okay, I forgot the lady who sings Strange Fruit, but it was about black bodies swinging from trees that they lynched, that they took pictures next to, that they put on postcards. They weren't traumatized by that. Make it make sense. So with what you just read, his apology, honestly, he shouldn't have apologized. If you're gonna be a man, be a damn man. I wouldn't apologize. It was only after this incident that, I mean, even white folks brought out, well, you remember when such and such, who's white now, did it, when he strangled a black woman, he did it. I mean, like, number of instances. But they had the audacity to say they're going to rescind his Oscars. Make it make sense.
Yeah, so he didn't give them the opportunity to do that. I read yesterday he resigned, so they can't. Well, they're not going to take the Oscar now. I don't believe. They haven't taken anyone else's, but okay. Matu said that's Billie Holiday that you're talking about.
Yes, thank you, Matu. Okay, so the way the Oscars executives and all of those inferior people are treating him, that's exactly how our black children are treated in these educational institutions. It's just on the world stage now. But I think we knew that.
Well, that's what we do. We put our all in to participate on this world stage platform that comes with a whole lot of stipulations. So,
but you know,
you there? Hello. I think we're losing her. We were in a good dialogue too. I don't know if she's coming back. So to go ahead and buy some more time until the connection. Wait, let's see if she's here. Marty. Okay, so she's still coming in. We're going to go ahead and play the clip from 2016 where Chris talks and says this look clever joke about Jada in 2016. So let me share the screen and then we'll watch that, and then hopefully Marty will be back to join us. Hopefully. All right. So. All right, let's see right here. And I think I have it already open to the part. All right, so, all right, this is Chris.
Spike got mad, and Sharpton got mad, and Jada went mad, and Will went mad. Everybody went mad, you know? It's quite like Jada got mad. Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Oh, that's.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. So let me stop this. So what I was saying at one point is that, and I hate Marty fell off again. You can say America is trauma and insane asylum. Yeah, I agree. But I had this discussion at work with several people, and I basically just kind of painted that picture first and just like, you know what? Jada probably already attended the Oscars on high alert about a potential joke on her again, as she knew it had happened before the last time she was in attendance. And I believe that Will probably told her, no, I want you beside me. This is a big night for me, and assured her that if anything happened, that he would take care of it. And that's what he did. I just really feel that, just understanding that best friends at this point, regardless of all the other stuff that's going on in between, in their relationship. But I do believe that they're friends first, and that he protected his friend.
Okay.
Him being human, basically.
Uh-huh.
So I his statement, if he was really wanting to apologize, he would apologize when he received that Oscar for real. And he didn't apologize to Chris then. So he meant what he gave Chris. And I guess he was also meant to take whatever it comes behind what he gave Chris, because obviously he knew it was going to be some consequences, because it was on national TV. It was no way around it. So,
well, can I bring something else out?
I'm listening.
Code of conduct. Who wrote the damn code of conduct? The same people that wrote the Jim Crow code?
Well, it's interesting to say that, because back in 2016, that was part of the joke that Chris was talking about, and just saying that 2016 they were talking about there was no black people nominees for that, and they were boycotting it. And he was just saying, well, considering that this was like, I think it was like the 70 something or 80 something, I don't remember, but he was basically saying that there's been a whole lot of these awards where it's not been us, because think about the 50s and the 60s and what was going on, and so he kind of pulled that joke and said that. But that's true. It is pretty much a white organization. I mean, we're just getting a little foot in. So,
Right. And so, because since we're talking about the black on black slap, I've heard African Americans talking about code of conduct.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear code, the same people that slave code, black code, Christian code, these are the same people behind those codes. Can we just exit out? Stop putting how they feel, or what they have penned at this highest plateau of what we should do and be, because we already know they are full of bullshit. We saw 8 years of Trump. Come on now.
Well, we're trying to keep white people comfortable. That way we don't have any repercussions by making them uncomfortable. Because, if we make the white people uncomfortable, then, there could be some consequences behind it. I mean, just imagine, let's play devil's advocate here. Imagine if Will would have went up and slapped the white comic instead. Do you think he would have still been able to sit down?
I don't know.
I think he wouldn't. I think they would have responded quickly. I really do. And so, understanding that we all have a place regardless of how much money, I don't know if she's going out or coming in. I prepared to do this show with her. I would have prepared more. I wanted her to come check the connection. All right. So anyway, we might not have as loaded of a show as I was hoping we did. I thought we had it all together, but obviously we still don't have it together. So white people hold the moral measuring stick now. I think white people have been holding it forever. That's what we keep. Yeah, she just texted me and said that her phone keeps going out. So I guess that means she's not coming back in. And she's been traveling a day with her girls and everything. So I was prepared to do the show alone, and she said she was going to make it. So I'm glad that she came in the time she did. But yeah, come on now. Obviously, America is the standards of America is set by white America. I mean, that's clear. So obviously, yeah, they hold a measuring stick now. They've always held the measuring stick. I'm not sure when we took the measuring stick back. Now, we don't have to participate, but this is still a white-ran country, and it's the white way. It's no other way. That's the white way is the right way. Now, how do we change that? Through, I don't know, because I would say economics, but we got plenty of rich black people, but they participate in the same thing. They're not really, I don't know. 400 plus years of slavery. How do you undo the conditions is pretty much what it is. It's definitely a deep conditioning of our people. And also think about all the trauma and all while they're talking about they're traumatized. Think about all the trauma and all the horrific things that have happened to our ancestors and currently today still happening for real. We're still seeing the lynchings. They don't exactly be called lynchings, but that's what they are. So overall, back on the black on black slap. When this was happening, I seen people talking and speaking out that I normally don't see speaking out. Um, and it was kind of troubling for me because here it is, you're giving all this energy and concern to two millionaires that's going to sell this issue in dollars, not blood. But then the kids and the young people who are settling these same similar issues in blood, you won't lift a finger for or open your voice about. I don't get it. So here's a comment. I have an opinion. Plug me in. Okay, sure. I will send you the link if that's what you want to do. Sure. Hold on. Because my co-host just gave up and I know she's tired from the day. All right, hold on, Matu. So Matu is going to come in and help fill in. I would have had him here at first had I known that that signal was no good. I mean, we had a good show when we first came back, and I'm not sure how we can get that going again with her signal. So I wanted to test it. But I'm going to be waiting on Matu to join. I just sent him the link. And he said he has some things to plug in. So we will let him plug in as soon as he decides to join us. Until then, I will go ahead and continue to talk about my thought. So again, I showed 3 videos. Obviously the first video is what actually happened to Slap. The second video I showed was a video of Chris and other white comics partaking in joking about the N-word and basically saying it's for everyone, and that's so not true. Then we had a video we watched of Chris talking about it, and we remember what was going on in 2016. They were, we had a strong uprising. Black Lives Matter was really taking precedent. Michael Brown had happened, and it was just high stakes when it came to standing up and saying enough's enough, and you're gonna have to stop this harsh treatment towards blacks and killing blacks, and mean it. And you had all these celebrities get on board and join in with the cause to help elevate it some more. And it worked. I think it worked. I mean, the issue is still there. It's definitely not fixed, but I do believe that celebrity pressure really made a difference and really allowed voices to be heard that wasn't being heard. So I appreciate Jada and Will and everyone else who stuck up for us and said, look, we're going to participate in this boycott because they're comfortable. They have money. They don't really have to worry about too much of anything, seriously. But they do understand the conditions and the mistreatment of Black people in America, and they also understand their power of celebrity status and wealth, that they knew that they must do something about it. And they felt that, I would say, unique conviction. So I don't know if Matu coming in right now. I played all the videos I was going to play. Again, I'm not long-winded unless it's just something that I really, really is passionate about. Hold on. He's coming in. Uh-oh. Well, hello, brother. All right. He might be here. I see his picture. His picture looked nice. Brother Jolo. You might have a little volume issue, so just waiting on him to come in so he can chime in on what he wanted to chime in on. But that's a question. I hate Marty dropped off, but what if Will would have slapped a white comic versus a black comic? Would he have been escorted off the show right away? Is a thought of mine. It's not really many other people. I don't think they're seeing the black on black thing, why it was left alone. There was conversation basically saying that the academy had asked Will to leave, and then there was information came and said that no one ever asked Will to leave because they were saying that he refused, and that wasn't true. Oh, it's just so many uncertainties around this whole thing. I honestly, at one point, thought it was just staged because I'm like, oh wow, they're gonna make some money off of it. I play with some people at work, and I'm just like, I wish Will smacked me. Do you know if Will Smith smacked me tomorrow, I would be instantly famous, which would allow me more than likely to become rich because I would have those people that would know me. And what happens when you get a following like that? You get opportunities for advertising dollars and different things like that. Matu. All right. So he said he had opinion. Plug him in. I've done just that. We see his nice little picture on the screen, but we do not hear Matu. So I'm not sure why I can't hear the brother. All right. So the nice little picture has went away. And there's a circle going. I mean, obviously, you guys hear it too. So I hate. I really need to start trying to get an audience, but I'm still trying to work out the kinks with Marty and her connection and all of this every week. So it looks like we lost Matu as well. I will give him another minute. I'll stay on her till about 30 minutes. If we don't get a dialogue going in that time, I will end the show because I pretty much said my piece. But we, and so let me go ahead and say there was another video and a young lady, and she just talking about Black people making white people comfortable. That's something Marty said earlier, and that's very true. And yeah, were we embarrassed as Black people? I seen a lot of people saying they were, but then I said, well, how are you embarrassed as Black people for two millionaires, one slapping the other? But then we have these impoverished children that are killing each other. And one is dying and one is going to jail, and families are being broken, communities are being broken. And only thing that we can think about is the millionaires who are just fine slapping each other. That's when we stand up. That's when we speak out. That's when we can say we stand with Will and Chris and all this other stuff. For the most part, most of us are living pretty productive, middle-class lives and don't really have to endure much drama. I think some people could have seen themselves in Chris and thinking like that could have been me and me doing the right thing. I probably wouldn't have hit anyone back, but it was totally uncalled for and unacceptable. But at the same time, what we have to all understand is that we're all humans. We're all humans. And regardless of what, if we try to be perfect, we can try to be perfect, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we can be perfect. And humans, they act off of emotions. And I could see clearly Will issuing that statement that we read earlier, that was clearly just real human interaction. The conclusion today is Will Smith is human. That's all I have to say about the Black on Black slap. It proved that no matter what superstar status you give a person, how you can be at your highest moment, you're still going to be human first. And those human interactions, those real interactions, do play themselves out. Matu is coming back in. Let's see if we can hear him now. Hello?
Peace and abundance. Can you hear me?
I can, brother. How are you?
I am Blacktastic in yourself.
Okay, great. So you said you wanted to chime away.
Okay. White people have lynched Black people, burned Black people, raped Black people, enslaved, exploited Black people, have destroyed our land, destroyed other people's land, have traumatized the world, and then a slap from a Black man to another one traumatizes you? You call trauma
Listen,
world. You have
it's
the
so comical that the
you have the trauma. You traumatize the animals, the elements. You have traumatized your own women and have committed suicide amongst yourselves, and have the audacity to be the meter of what morale and what trauma is. Really? You blow up your own building just to you cause all this havoc around the world. And a black man slapping another black man who was taught by you traumatizes you. Really?
because I'm sure that the way that he did it, it just looks like it's so common. And then I ran into another video where Will Smith kind of like softly tapped some guy, slapped him because he was trying to kiss him. And in some cultures, that's what they do. So I kind of know he probably didn't know he was doing anything wrong, but still it was offensive. But overall, it's got to be some slapping going on behind the scenes with the millionaires because
we can just listen because there's a lot, to unpack with that thing. But the thing about it is to slap someone is the ultimate disrespect. I would rather you close your fist and hit me and to punch me than to slap me. Our ancient ancestors talked about the concept called ma'at. It's you gotta put things on the scale. When you put it on the scale, to slap someone, that's worse than punching somebody. I would rather you just punch me in my face and then you walk off like the hell with it. So it seemed like something you've done before.
Mm-hmm.
Like you holding something over my head, like okay, if you say something, see what's gonna happen.
And that's what you said. The key word. It looked very common. It looked very common
because there are a lot. I mean, because there are people that have said worse things, and you just sit back and let that happen. But we don't see that maybe this brother's hurt. See, we're so hurt as a people, we don't see another hurt person when we see one. We just like it's just normal.
I think we see them, but we don't accept them.
We so hurt as a people, you know what I'm saying? So it's because I remember
because we know we're all hurt. It's just I see people not accepting and respecting people for being hurt. It's just like, oh, suck it in. That's what we always do. We don't have time to deal with mental health or nothing that hurt us because we're too busy surviving.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And also to add on to that, it made me think about when Michael B. Jordan played in Black Panther. So when he played in that movie, he played the guy named Killmonger, right? After he left that scene, after he finished doing that, he said he had to go do counseling because he was still in character because that character was so real. He had to immerse himself in that character. So Will Smith just played Richard. See, have you seen that movie?
I seen it.
Oh, good movie.
I cried through it. I cried.
One of the scenes that got me was, remember the scene where he was getting ready to kill that guy?
Oh yeah, and God took care of it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was bullied and he had to stand up for his kids. And see, maybe Will Smith never left character. I'm just saying. Because sometimes those things kind of stick with you.
Well, that's kind of what
Michael B. Jordan, after he did Killmonger, he said he had to do counseling. He had to detach himself to play that character. And then when you deal with it on a psychological level, sometimes you have to reattach yourself.
And you know what? When he did that movie, that's when the whole controversy with Jada in August was coming out too, right? When he was getting ready to do that movie. So who knows, that stress also played a part in it.
He's bullied as well because if you read his book, he was going through a lot of stuff.
I haven't read the book. I'm getting the book now for sure.
He was going through a lot of things because his father would do a lot of stuff to his mom, and by him being so young, he just, he felt like he was helpless, like there was nothing that he could do.
Yeah. Did you see his mom? Did you see his mom's response after he slapped Chris? What they said she said?
Right, I seen that as well.
Yeah, I mean, she said he's never done nothing. she was totally shocked. So
I didn't, because I try not to agree with everybody because a lot of stuff I heard, but the thing about it is the most disrespectful person to Will Smith has been Jada. She's been the most disrespectful to that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she got on national TV and was like, she was having sex with their son's friend in the house. And I ain't getting people's sexual like whatever people do behind closed doors. That's what they do. I don't care what you do, but to go on a national stage like that and then look, she was talking to him straight face, like she didn't even give a damn. It was like she did it maliciously,
Mm-hmm.
and so uh, the talk, I didn't even look at when Chris Rock said the joke. Before he said it, he said, "Jada, I love you. Let you know I'm not doing this and doing I intent to insult you." He intentionally stopped and said, "I love you, G.I. Jane. You be good in it." He complimented her. Will
Yeah,
Smith,
but again, we don't know what they got going on because again, that happened in 2016 when I had the
I mean,
video
but
I
the
showed.
thing about it is, if you have something going on in your family, you personally, and I was to say something, that hurt your feelings, how would I know that? How would I know you going through some stuff at home? How would I know that?
Because she's been open about it. I mean, don't mean he's following her, but I don't know what the millionaires are doing for real. But um, when it's all
I
said and
don't know.
done, we're human. Like
Will
it's a
Smith,
very natural human interaction that I've seen before in my life. Like
see,
that's not
Will
my
Smith
first
is a
time
big
saying that.
Will Smith is a big fish in Hollywood. He's one of the top. Will Smith is so good as an actor. They put him in movies where it was just only him in the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's just him and a dog. You know what I'm saying? Or him fighting himself, like with that Gemini guy, Gemini man. You know,
Hmm.
who's bigger than Will Smith other than Denzel? And then you slap Chris Rock. I was like, that's a soft target, Chris Rock, because there are many comics that said worse things than that, and you don't just go up there. You want to did that to Tyler Perry.
But you ain't heard what I said. See, earlier in the show, I was saying that Will and Jada are friends, regardless of what she's done to him. Because even on that Red Top Table Talk show, um, when he said I'm gonna get you back, she said, "Oh, you done got me back more than enough."
Mm,
So that means Will ain't been an angel either. He just know how whoever he's been dealing with just ain't came out and told it.
but see, this is what happens. I'm not here to judge no one's personal relationship. Just want to put that out there because what people do in their personal life has nothing to do with me. There's an old phrase that says, "What you eat don't make me shit."
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, when you have an open relationship like that, you
Mm-hmm.
open up yourself for things like that to happen. When you have an open relationship, that's a different type of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
they fell in love. They didn't supposed to fall in love.
you know, that don't right. That right. That isn't supposed to happen.
And
I,
that's where she messed up at. But I think they've been doing it. I mean, think about it. It's been saying they had an open relationship for a long time. I was young when they said that.
yeah, but when you have an open relationship, you set yourself for situations like that.
But they got back together now. So I don't think their relationship is open anymore. And they're
I think
working on it.
I think it's still open because I don't really think she liked that man.
Well,
'Cause
I think they're best friends though. I
I
think they're
think
best friends. I still say
if
they're best friends.
I'm not mistaken, I believe I read articles where they were saying how she was forced to marry him. Like that wasn't something she wanted. She really wanted Tupac.
She got pregnant with the baby. Yeah, with the son.
Yeah,
And they and that was
he had a child before they even got.
but Will also had some a real bad issue with how do you call people when they having sex with everybody, promiscuous. So he was having some promiscuous issues um before he met Jada, where he was just sleep with everyone because somebody had previously broke his heart. And then him and Jada got together eventually after that. So he came broken to her too. So I don't know, but again, there he showed the world the other day that he
the
loved her,
the relationship has been toxic since its inception.
but he still loved her. and it's
He
still
just don't
his
wanna pay-
wife.
he just don't want to pay alimony. You know how much that a divorce is. What the whole phrase like, it's cheaper to keep her.
He don't look like he's not into his wife, and she doesn't look. They look like they look the whole time they've been together for real.
Yeah, they all
And
acting.
and I don't follow too many celebrities, but I can talk about Jada and Will because literally I have been following Jada and Will all my life, you know, since I've known a Jada and Will. So it ain't like, oh, I'm popping up 10 years later now that he slapped somebody and said, oh, what happened? You know, no, I'm their fan, both of them. And their
I
children
mean,
too. And their children too.
have you ever seen both of them in a movie?
Will and Jada. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I have seen both, but I didn't become fans of them for them when they got married. I was fans of theirs before they got married individually.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how far I go back with Jada and Will as a fan. And so and
I'm a real big Will Smith fan. I enjoy a lot of all his movies. I've learned a lot from the guy. He's a very intelligent man. He's not stupid. But that right there, that when people say stage, I thought about that for a while, and I'm like, maybe because first off, I look at Will as the same equivalent as I look at Minister Farrakhan.
mm-hmm.
Minister Farrakhan is a very intelligent man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, Will Smith is a very intelligent dude. He is not a stupid man. He is not no guy that just don't know no better, just out here doing ignorant shit. He's very intelligent. He's very calculated. So that don't seem like something that he would have just done had it not been prepared for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For somebody that's smart to do something like that. So
Well, I saw a still shot, and I guess Chris just knew when he got up that he was getting his, because he braced for that slap, like
yes,
he knew it was coming. And so I
Right.
seen a still shot to show him brace. At the same time, Will, that wasn't no slap like that slap was like too loud for it to really hurt. I don't know. It was like, I don't know if you ever slapped somebody. It was almost like Will had his hand cuffed where he wasn't really trying to hurt him. But I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's what it looked like. And it was just like,
I think what probably would have saved him is when he sat down. If he didn't say anything, they would just left it in the air for people to be like, "Was that real? Was it fake? What was that about?" He should have
but the
just
emotion.
if you hit me, everything that you need to say was in that hit. You don't need to say anything else no more.
I think now it was another shot. And, you know, of course, Jada was happy he went and defended her. I mean, I'm sure she was. But there was another shot that showed Jada from behind. So after Will slapped him, she appeared to get excited and smile and laugh about it. And so I think that gave him even more work. That's when he started saying, yeah, like he had to turn thug into, I mean, for real, he had to let his Tupac out.
Yeah, I see. There's a lot of sorcery, a lot of debauchery, a lot of witchcraft. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood. A lot of possession, and a lot of rituals, and so there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood that the general public is not privy to. So, for you to do that on a and then really, this was the first time in the history of Oscars. It was put together by a black man, Bill Paxton. It was also a lot of black people won the Oscars. So that moment overshot. Matter of fact, I didn't even know the Oscars was on. I'm just being honest. Me personally,
I didn't either
until someone posted about it. I said, in the ratings, when you look at the ratings, someone even had the scale of the ratings. The ratings went up on that moment.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody gained from this. They really did.
I mean, but you have people that work hard to get to that point, and that whole thing from them is over. Like
it overshadowed a lot of people because I heard that who got a reward?
Questlove got an award. Don't nobody know about that.
Samuel L. Jackson, I think, got an award or something
Yo,
too.
Jackson got an award, and also there was a performance by Beyonce. People, they
yeah.
a very phenomenal performance, but that one moment overshadowed everything.
Yep. Well, people definitely know Will Smith won an award.
Yeah, and then he gets up and at first he apologizes to the Academy. It's like
no, he uses the Richard, King Richard, just somehow how he protect his family. I guess that was his defense at first, and then I guess people probably like
it's not a defense when you was laughing at the joke yourself.
Well, people laugh sometimes because think about it. He's an actor. You said he's the best actor ever.
I'm not saying he's the best actor,
but you can't tell me that you don't think him and Jada had a previous conversation, understanding that Chris was doing the role that he was doing, and that he had made that joke about her some years ago, and that she probably was wondering if he was going to come for her again. You don't think that they had a previous conversation before that, before the show about Chris?
That could be possible too, but they're friends, so that's a possibility that to happen. But for you to just go out and hit this man, I don't like the fact that white people.
Would you have hit him back if he hit you?
No. See, it's about energy. I'm real big on energy because I'm a very spiritual man. So no one is just gonna walk up on me.
You'd be surprised now.
People just not gonna walk them. I'm not okay. Let me give you this example.
I ask you a question. Would you hit him back?
He wouldn't hit me. I can't put my. Okay, would I hit him back? I wouldn't have let the hit happen.
So you would have called his hand or something before it even happened.
If you get to a certain threshold, if you get to a certain scrimmage line that I have psychologically put. Once you pass that, I'm already in defense. You're not gonna get close enough to even try me.
So he probably went and got hit before he hit you.
You would have saw me in defense mode.
Well, I would tell you
on my back, waiting and looking like it's just like. Let me give you an example. Good example. You know this actor by the name of Michael Jai White.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know. I can't pinpoint him.
Called Blood and Bone.
Okay. I don't know. I don't really watch TV, so.
You ever seen Spawn?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't really watched much of Spawn either, but I heard of it. That's sci-fi, right? Spawn is sci-fi, right?
It's a movie. Okay. Okay. Let's not even use him since you don't know. What about Tyler? You know Tyler Perry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he would have walked up and hit Tyler Perry?
He wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have walked up and hit Dave Chappelle.
Do you think he would have walked up and hit Denzel Washington?
Obviously, he knew Chris was weak. Chris was just open about his weakness, that he was a punk.
It's called a soft target. Do you think? Let me ask you this question: do you think that he would have walked up and hit Kevin Hart?
Of course not.
Or Cat Williams?
He hit his equal.
Do you think he can hit Bill Bellamy?
Did you hear me?
Who's equal to
Will equal, meaning that they got pretty much the same similar personality. That more than likely somebody walked up to Will and he probably would just take the slap just like Chris did. They're them trained kind of put together black males that know the rules and not to break them.
I look like the world because I used to watch WWE. You remember the World Wrestling Entertainment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even with the politics, it looks like they have odds with each other, but after the game is over with, they sit down, eat, they go visit each other. So it's nothing but they're friends. So and then for you to walk up to him that close, you still laughing. You ain't put your hand up. You ain't grab your face. You put your hands behind your back. You embraced yourself, and you let that happen. That don't anybody else. I don't care who it is. They would at least put their hands up, or at least grab. He didn't even grab his face. He just said, "Wow, Will Smith smacked the shit out of me.
And then he said this was the greatest night in history.
And,
I
and then
mean,
you also see that the ticket sales for Chris Rock's tour went up. You know, he's getting ready to come to St. Louis.
and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that everybody benefited from this. And that's why I was just going to say, if Will wanted to smack me, I would totally let him smack me and not hit him back.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'm not.
Instant fame. Instant fame.
Even
Hey.
my closest of friends know not to just walk up on Metu and slap.
I'm not a fighter, so I would have did the same thing Chris did. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
You don't have to be a fighter. A puppy is not a fighter,
but I've been trained. Like, listen, I've been trained to go through all these racist society, like racist places that I've been in, and I've had something similar where I've been attacked, where I've had to brace myself so I wouldn't be the one in trouble because I'm the black one.
I'll see you're stronger than I am psychologically.
I wasn't. They made me this way. I wasn't.
You're stronger than me on that, because if I go to a place and the energy is I shouldn't be there, I'm not gonna.
No, I'm talking about different places where I don't be nowhere where I'm not that I'm just pushing in. This was business. And right. So this was business. So nobody know. Huh?
A lot of places that you go, just like
I don't know. I know now. You know me as the activist, Tavi, but I have a professional side too.
Right. And but you go to places where you're the only black person there.
And most of the time, that's what happened. That's what I get.
Go anywhere.
I elevate. Listen, I wish I could talk candidly about certain things, but I can't because of the professional status. But just know that I don't purposely. I ran away from the white world. That's what I've been doing as an activist. I haven't really been in the white world since I've been an activist. I just joined the white world again. Because of the hurt that I endured. I kind of ran away from it, but then now that I'm me and I was able to really be who I am, whether I'm in their world or not, I can handle it now because of all the growth that I've had over these years of finding me. I no longer feel like I need to be a part of their world per se, and I understand the difference from integrating and assimilating. And what most of the blacks are doing is assimilating, and nobody's integrating and still trying to be their authentic selves. Instead, you're kind of throwing away your authentic self to become what is pleasing and accepting to be able to enter into the white world.
The white world is not going to accept you being who you are.
I know that now. They accepted me as much as any black person can be accepted in the white world. I can say that I probably achieved that status, but really? I also found, I'm that deep. But I found out.
So you go to white events knowing that okay, I'm gonna be me regardless of how they feel and think. They don't make you shrink yourself in order to go to these places. Like
the only difference, because I'm just as intelligent as them.
You're more intelligent than they are.
But I'm just saying, so I don't have any kind of inferior feeling inside of me when I'm going into these spaces because I'm me. And honestly, like I said, I assimilated into white society, not on purpose, but I thought that was what integrating was. But now that I've assimilated and then I pulled everything back and took it all back and when I got my black card, then I went back. Now what I'm doing now is I'm integrating because I'm not worried about being accepted in their world. I'm not worried about being a part of their world. All I know is their world controls my world. So therefore, if I don't go into the seats that I've been trained to be in, then my world is not going to get any better because I'm leaving it empty when I know I have a duty to do because I can do it. So that's why I don't have a choice. Now, would I want to be with black people all the time? No. Obviously we are who we are. I mean, I still see the human race as the human race for real. I love black people. I'm comfortable in my black skin. I don't want anyone to talk down to me about being black. I don't want to talk down to anyone else about being any other race either. But don't stop me from loving who I am or try to get me to change to be something that you want me to be. Is where I'm at. I don't care either way beyond that. But
white people don't want you being who you are. They want you to be what they want you to be because they still have this.
And that's their problem. That's their problem, and they know it. Any white person that comes to me now, I mean, like I tell them, I'm like, the only difference between you and I is this color, like, and I don't take it as inferior.
We don't have to go out and try to convince white folk. They know.
I don't.
There's still a slave master mentality with those people against us. So,
So I'm working on a piece right now, Matu, that's called Navigating White Space.
Navigating White Space.
And so there are some rules and tactics that I use going in this time into white space that I've never used in my life that have left me in a real sense of comfort to know that I'm right on the money of what I do. So one of the things that I went in the white space knowing I have no friends. And everybody that's smiling your face ain't your friend. All right. That is the biggest of distraction because they'll find it. Because then what they do, they'll abstract all your business and everything, and then they'll turn around eventually and use it against you in the name of them being your friend, but they're not. So, but not everyone. Don't get me wrong. I got some great white friends, so I'm not gonna just say it's everyone. But for the most part, if you go into a white space, that white space is like that for a reason. Just like if you go into a white neighborhood, that white neighborhood is like that for a reason. And is it for me to fight and change everything all by myself? No. But when I go into that white space, I make sure that I'm still me, and then I don't bend for nobody. And then they realize.
See, I don't want white people to change. I want them to be who they are. Say it with your chest.
Mm-hmm.
I want my racism out in the open.
Exactly, and they will.
Then to come and bite me in and spit in my food.
And so what you said is exactly what they want. You say you want their racism out in the open, and what they want is for you to know your place. So
they will learn. As quick as I will learn about them, they will learn about me.
All right, so we're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds of the show. This is the time that we go ahead and tell our viewers thank you for watching, and if you want to give them any kind of shout out, you can. I'm going to go ahead and end the show by saying thank you guys. This is Tavi. You're watching the Morty and Tavi show. Sorry, Morty is not finishing the show with us tonight, but she was here earlier. Matu will be a guest whenever he wants to be a guest on this show. You guys have seen him before. I want him to go ahead and close us out. Matu, tell the audience good night.
Good night, family. Stay black. Stay on top of it. Understand that war is inevitable. Peace.
All right. This is Tavi signing out. We'll see you next Sunday. Again, the Black on Black slap. Will Smith and Chris Rock, millionaires.